Hey, child, what's up, though? Hey, hey, we got a message. What's up, though? Hey, it's like, where you from and where you at?
I like that.
Hey,
What up, though?
hey, child, what's up, though?
I get on that vibe.
Hey, 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 where you at? What's up?
It's kind of like David with the heart. Keep the thing going. Keep the
Hey, hey,
like you know how in the Bible when it was like
hey,
David had the heart and he used to drive out the negative energy away from Saul. Like
hey, child, what's up, though? Hey, where you from and where you at? Hey, hold up, what's up, child?
ooh, you heard me.
Yeah, what's up, though? Hey, shit, chatting with the ancestors. Hey, hey, yeah, transmute manifest. Hey, yeah, and we be tapping in your energy. Hey, hey, we got time to go now. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep finding. Hey, hey, hey. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep moving. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep finding. Hey, come on, let's go. Hey, what's up, though? Hey, try. Keep going. What's up, though? Hey, try. What's up, though? Hey, 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 hey. Hey, and I'm feeling so good. Hey, hey, I'm doing dances on the inside.
Ooh,
I'm doing dances on the inside. Hey, 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 what's up, though? Hey, gotta turn to another level. Hey, hey, and now we on another level. Hey, transmute manifest. Hey, we came through. Just be tapping the energy. Hey, we came to tap in the energy.
hey y'all.
Hey guys, hope you guys are doing well and good energy, good spirits, and attracting the life you desire because it's your birthright. We're coming through with another live for you guys. Make sure you take the message, how it resonates in your life. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And don't forget, if you love the video, to thumbs up, hit the bell, hit all. And don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out when we go live. Hey y'all. Hey. Hey Tiff. What's up, sis? Hey y'all. Hello everyone. Hey Jimmy. Hello, hello.
Somebody said they gonna grab one. We gonna jam. Yeah, get your hand pan.
Come on, let's go.
I'm actually looking forward to getting a newer one.
Yes.
So I'm gonna really bust it up when I
Yeah.
get a new one. You hear me? I might start my own. I might start my own YouTube
Okay.
hand pan channel.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't too many people from where I'm from.
Yeah.
That ain't normally our thing.
It's good stuff.
Hey, but look.
Highly recommend.
On account of my wife,
Dash was dancing.
Dash is dancing.
You know he gonna turn up
Dash
every
always
time.
dancing. Yeah. Like, that's a special child.
Yeah.
Yeah, been here before.
Okay.
So my wife decided that we're gonna do What's the Tea. We haven't done What's the Tea in a minute.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do What's the Tea, and then I guess we're gonna pull some cards, I guess, or we're gonna
Yeah,
do
we're
that.
gonna do oracle and one.
Okay.
One
What's the
secret
Tea Oracle?
cards. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Spreads. Yeah.
All right. Let me get in the format.
Yeah, there we go. Fall in.
Get it down.
There we go. Where you guys at? Where you guys from? Power. Wakanda for life.
Much power.
Okay. All that. Right.
You guys do. Not quite sure what that means.
No, we don't. We don't.
Okay.
Okay. You pop off.
Alright.
You need one of those.
Okay. Alright.
That's,
I got you.
Ooh.
I got you. Alright. Okay. So let's see. Alright. I like this already. So this is a good idea. Right? Now let me see what your general tarot theme is. Cool. Bam. Two of Pentacles. Upright. Alright. So move and steady as you go. Two of Pentacles upright. So it's basically showing me somebody, you could have recently moved, or you could be in a transitional period of your life where you actually moving from, maybe not physically, but maybe you moving from thinking a certain way into thinking another way, right? Like a move doesn't always have to be a literal move. And I feel like in this case where it's moving steady as you go, you could have definitely moved away from your hometown or, you know, your familiar surroundings into a newer area, steady as you go. With the Two of Pentacles, it's basically telling me that, you know, you balancing. Like, you got two balancing acts on both cards. Look at both of these cards. Somebody balancing, right? I don't really, I hate to say this, but you can also have a clown in your midst. Like, meaning, like, you can have a person that's wearing, like, a certain type of mask. It's like a certain type of clown. I'm just saying what's coming to mind. And there's a clown on the card. And with the duality dance, it's like somebody who could be playing the 50 in your face, right? And maybe this could be somebody that you moved away from at the same time, right? The Two of Pentacles, in this case, on this card, I like these cards because it's showing me a person and you have so the duality that I see you balancing is spirituality and practicality. Like, meaning, you know, the mundane with the metaphysical, the real world with the spiritual world. So I see a balance with that. And I mean, that's good, you know. Navigate with patience and resilience, trusting your inner strength to guide you through life's twists and turns. What you got?
I have inside scoop in the reverse. I have you are seeing the situation accurately, and I have justice coming out in the reverse here. I feel like you could be learning. You could have learned, or you could be learning, or lesson learned already. That I don't know. You could have learned that like somebody was trying to be, I don't know, I feel like there was an energy that was very close to you, but it wasn't for a good reason. You know, some people want to be just close to us for all the wrong reasons, you know, and it's sad, but it's true. And I feel like, you know, you were literally seeing a situation correctly. You know, sometimes you can love people as pure as you can love them, but it doesn't mean that your love can't change a person. Like, you know, people will not change until they're ready to change. Like, your love can be as dope as you think it comes, and you know, it's still not going to be a medicine to make a person change, right? So I feel like, you know, you had an inside look at a situation maybe in your life where it's like, you know what, I'm allowing someone too far into my business right here, you know, and I feel like you're seeing the situation correctly. You know, you could be learning that, you know, this energy is an imbalanced energy. Okay, an energy that you constantly give to, and you don't get anything back is very draining. This is not very conducive to anything that you're doing. It doesn't help you grow. It doesn't do anything to elevate your life in any kind of way. And I feel like you are seeing the situation accurately, you know, exactly for what it is. You know, because at one point I feel like a lot of us, I know, you know, we look at things, but we don't truly want to see what it is. Or sometimes we're so far deep into a situation, you don't want to see how deep it really is, right? You don't want to look at the reality of a situation. But I feel like right now with justice coming out in the reverse, you know, all these unfair things, these things that have been imbalanced for so long, these things that maybe even have been causing people shame and doubt, right? Because maybe somebody on the inside is the one revealing these things about a person. But, you know, these things, even, you know, even things that may make you feel shame, they make you who you are. You know, they are a part of your story. And that's what it is, you know. So there's no reason to show any kind of shame or avoidance in these kind of situations. But I feel like you're saying something correctly. I feel like you could be really backing away from certain energies that,
Yeah.
you know, just really backing away. When you said clown, I was like, it's so funny because I see that, you know.
She can't.
Somebody played around long enough.
Yes, it's showing me more too. I feel like maybe this could be an elaborate reading on a particular energy. Sometimes it resonates like that. But right here, what I'm saying with you is steady progress, making plans. That's a good energy. That's good enough for me. But in the background, I see a Queen of Cups in reverse, and she's surrounded by a played out energy. So I'm getting two readings on this. You could actually have somebody in your energy that what they trying to do to you is played out. Like the way that they trying to handle you is played out. Like it's a played out energy. And sometimes it's hard for people to get that, right? They so used to handling you they inappropriately, I'm gonna say. Because until you come into this knowledge of yourself, which is where I clearly see you at, it demands that you be handled differently. But somebody might not see it that way. And it's hard to change people's mind. Like, especially when you just over, you know, the course of the last 1, 2, or 3 years, you made drastic changes. So it doesn't resonate with the Queen of Cups in reverse. They played out. They stuck in a frame of mind, right? Played out. Or this could even be you leaving a played out, a played out type of energy, where you just been in an energy long enough, and you just decide, look, because I know I see you making plans and steady progress, so that's good. But the Queen of Cups in reverse, played out, is just an expired energy. It's exhausted. Somebody in it, maybe you moved out of it, or maybe it's somebody in your energy. And if it is, this is a person, they'll never understand how to treat you. They'll never be able to meet your demand unless they turn their self around. Because sometimes people need, like, the people that we allow along the way to mistreat us, sometimes we got to really understand that even though we grow, they don't know how to take the new you. They only know the you that they've been this way with all this time. So you got to give them a little bit of grace, a little bit of space. Like, the people will get it after a while, but like some people, because you got somebody in your energy and they just feel like it's the same old you with them. Yeah, they hear about all of the things. They see people saying you changing, spirit is in your ancestors as well, pretty much making it hard for this person not to see that a change has occurred.
Yeah, it can't be ignored. That's what I heard. Yeah. Okay.
But that ain't gonna change the way that they situate themselves about your change, like, because they in reverse. So, you gotta let that be, and it's played out. And at the same time, like,
We got the Ace of Wands over here. We got fertility, and then we got ain't shit. So I don't know if you don't want to have a baby by somebody. It said ain't shit and fertility. You better wrap it up, strap it up, do whatever you gotta do. Okay, because that's what it says out here, And somebody knows like this ain't shit for me. This ain't no good for me. But oh my gosh, why is it so good for me? And we all been there before, right? But at some point we have to grow up spiritually and learn that some things just, there's bigger, there's better. You know, you could be having a lot of passion right now. That's why, you know, I'm seeing a lot of laying down. I'm seeing a lot of laying down kind of energy. It's a lot of passion here. I feel like someone needs to redirect their passion in the right way, okay? I see aphrodisiac, okay? Something about pineapples. This could be your favorite fruit. You could be feeling very, very, I would say sexual, okay? I don't know, sexual healing, something like that. Make sure that, you know, like I said, if you don't plan on being with somebody the way that you want, if you don't want to be with somebody right now, I'm telling you, this is the energy you better back up out of, okay? Yeah. You better back up out of this energy playing, okay? You messing around and what did they say? You mess around and find out.
You be back thinking like, man, that lady on that reading that day said this was going to happen.
Because I feel the energy, you know. We feel this collective energy. We know what's going on.
If you get pregnant by what we saying out here, you might regret it. For whoever, I'm just saying.
Now, this ain't going to be for everybody.
Not for
somebody
everybody.
knows who we talking about.
But,
okay?
Because it says, ain't shit fertility, Ace of Wands. Yeah. Now, somebody, you got to be careful because...
Yeah. This is something that looks good on the surface. This is something that, you know, they people like to play with things on the surface. Then when it's time to have a real commitment, they don't want nothing to do with nothing, right? This is that kind of energy.
Water come out.
Okay.
And it's not always that. Sometimes, like me and my wife were talking, the feminine does develop a maternal instinct way quicker than the masculine. So if you're dealing with a masculine and they in the streets or they, you know, they not in a balanced place, then, you know, it's not that they're a bad person, but you got to think, like, you know, spirit is basically saying somebody, yeah, just because somebody is not good for you, don't make them a bad person.
Yeah.
But you got to think about what you're doing going in. Like, if you know that you're laying down with somebody, Ace of Wands, to the fertility, meaning you can definitely get a bun in the oven. You got to consider what you laying down with because, you know, I mean, you see what's going on around. You see what celebrities go through. There's enough around you to see
what life is, right? All right, so I don't know. I feel like somebody also has like a new love for life here. You could have gotten a new tattoo or a piercing recently or something like that. You could be desiring to do this. There's a whole lot of passion here. Okay? And I feel like this passion just needs to be placed in the right place. Okay? Someone could be eating hibachi or something, some noodles, ramen noodles, oodles and noodles, something. Something about some noodles.
Okay, so we got moving on, thank you next, right? So I feel like this is the energy that most of the collective is in, you know? So I feel like this would be you, viewer, or could be a cross watcher. But nevertheless, somebody you in the moving on, thank you next kind of energy to the mountain of mastery. So that's basically you moving into a higher place. Like, and thank you next is also moving on. Thank you next is definitely also you moving on without resentment. Like, you know, moving on. Thank you next. It's like a display of what can I say? I don't know. It's like somebody you moving on, but you have a certain display of kindness or like you don't want no beef. You just moving on, thank you, next, right? And where you moving on is to a mountain of mastery. The footnote says, ascend towards self-realization and triumph, guided by the stoic presence in the mastery mountain pathway, right? I guess stoic could be considered ancestral too, like stoic. Stoic is a ancient religion kind of like, or perspective, the stoic people. But general energy for you is the Page of Cups in reverse. So you could also be ignoring your intuition, which may not be good for you. Because when you got, so for instance, a stoic presence, maybe a strong ancestral presence guiding you, right? If it resonate, if it don't, all right. But if you have a strong ancestral presence that's guiding you, right? then you have to know ignoring your intuition is not going to work for you like it might work for everybody else, because it's not going to leave you alone, because that's where the communication is happening. And when I see the Page of Cups in reverse, I just kind of feel like it's somebody that's, you can't move forward and leave your intuition behind. It's going to be a disservice to you because of the person that you are. Like, it's like you're a spiritual being, right? You elevated to a certain place. So that means you have let certain things in your life, your understanding is larger than it was at one time, right? So your intuition, you got to let it work for you. Turning away from it, it can leave you confused sometimes. Sometimes when you pray or you meditate, maybe try, and this is just advice, like, just to help somebody. Well, when you pray or you meditate, instead of thinking about what can you say, maybe just sit there and listen to what comes to you. That's a form of prayer and meditation too. Like, just take maybe like 15 minutes, maybe light yourself a candle or something, or not, or incense or whatever, or, but just sit there and get a pen, and instead of thinking about anything in particular, just open your mind and let what comes to you. See what comes to you. That's how you begin to study your own intuition. Because if you don't sit down with yourself, you're never going to really connect with your intuition in a way where you could be familiar with your intuition. You know how that song, you don't want to be like, my mind's playing tricks on me. But nevertheless, yeah, like when you got a powerful intuition pushing through and you ignoring it, that's when it get crazy. Like, you really feel like your mind playing tricks on you. But if you sit down with it, sit down and get familiar with your intuition, get to know it, it becomes a familiar voice. Trust me, I know. Sometimes I know when other things trying to come into my mind, and I know when it's my intuition being connected the right way, because I'm familiar with it. I try to spend time with it, so yeah.
I gotta drink more water with Oshun coming out. Yellow could be your favorite color. I have looking you up, researching you, studying you, getting info on you. And then I have the 4 cups here. So it's crazy because I was thinking, like, people could be thinking about you so much that you could be feeling drained. Like, your energy could literally be feeling drained, because a lot of people who stole energy from you, their batteries are running out. So they're looking, I feel like people are looking at ways like, how can I get more energy from this person, because the energy is almost drained, the little bits and pieces that you had out there. I feel like you called it back, you took your energy back, you grabbed your energy back from places, and people are running out. You are an empath, so you not only feel your feelings, but you also feel the feelings of others. So it's important to remember that you could be feeling a lot of different emotions and feelings, and we have to know the difference between being bored and depressed, because a lot of us feel like we're depressed, but we're just bored. We have to find better routines, fill our days up, find things to do, something like that. Okay.
Wow, that's crazy that you said that, though.
And show respect. Okay? Create peace. The world wants chaos, but we already know that chaos is not high vibrational. So we have to create our peace. Drink water. Say your prayers, okay? A lot of energy is surrounding you, because literally people are folding. Imagine how, just think about all of the things that you've done in life. You've done a lot of great things, and you've done a lot of things that you probably wish you didn't do, but the impact that you had on a lot of people's lives, they will never tell you, but they're searching. The reason why you feel so much energy surrounding you and you can even be alone is because people are searching you. They want to know what's next. How can I get back in one more time? Can I tap into this energy source one more again? No. Okay. You could be feeling very bored though. You know, I feel like there's some things that need to be filled. I'm here filling the gaps. Okay. You could be feeling like you missed opportunities, but there are more to come. You know, things that happened and they went past you, it's because it wasn't an opportunity that was meant for you. Sometimes we're meant to miss things because it's a part of the lesson. Why? You weren't ready at the time, right? You know, like when you missed the bus because why? You weren't at the bus stop on time, right? So sometimes you're meant to miss the bus. Sometimes you're meant to go through a thing so you can actually learn the lesson. So I don't know, but I'm hearing fill in the gaps, something like that.
Mm-hmm. That's good money. You know, this right here is beautiful. This is something that's familiar to me, to us, but I see it.
Okay.
It says, Carlos, no car repo issues.
Yes.
Crystal of clarity to the Two of Cups.
Come on.
So wow, somebody you could have at some point or recently or now be going through this. You lost a car in some type of way. Maybe you lost it. It got repoed. Maybe it broke down. Maybe, but you lost the car. But in losing it, it led to much clarity. Like you became suddenly aware that maybe even the car was holding you back.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you ever had one of them vehicles that you do a lot of demonic stuff in them, and then they become like a demonic stronghold in your life?
Yeah, you find yourself always in there doing something.
It's always something, stuff everywhere. Like, you know, somebody, you could have lost a vehicle like that. I feel like even with this, though, this loss of a vehicle, it doesn't have to be a physical mode of transportation. This could also be a spiritual mode of transportation. Like, you could have lost you could have recently moved away from a group, or, you know, you could have, you could have even switched belief systems, like in a certain way, right? But nevertheless, I feel like whatever's going on, it brought you clarity, much clarity, and not to mention a Two of Cups upright, which is a healthy balance, first of all, within yourself. And if you're in a relationship, this is what's making a relationship balanced, because you found a Two of Cups on a personal level. People think that Two of Cups is about a relationship, and it is. But when you look a little deeper into the Two of Cups, the Two of Cups is about two people coming together that have worked on themselves and balanced out their energy. That's what makes it Two of Cups. It's a balanced, harmonious, emotional type of energy. But it's not, you don't get the Two of Cups if one person is imbalanced, linking up. If you unequally yoked, that's not a Two of Cups. Like for people that understand what I'm saying in biblical terminology. Evenly yoked is a Two of Cups all the way around. So when I see that, I know that's somebody you worked on yourself. So, like I said, whatever you lost, big on the car, transportation, it was for a reason. Definitely, I feel like it was in God's plan, right? You know? And it doesn't, like somebody saying your truck getting fixed, it could be you, Ebony. You know, it doesn't say that the car's gone forever, but somebody, at some point you lost the car and it brought you clarity because it probably gave you time to sit down.
I remember when our car was down, we were down and we started riding bikes, you know, and we made fun of it, and we got to, you know, talk more, and, you know, we got to exercise, and it was just all so many good things that came out of it. And some days I just didn't feel like it. Sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like
You know, it
but
was
we
crazy.
had to do it, you know. God was like putting us through training.
Yeah, we lost a vehicle, and it actually led to a better quality of life. Like we got 2 bikes, and we just started riding bikes. And next thing you know, it was months went by, and we noticed like it ain't nothing to get on a bike and go 8 miles. You know what I'm saying? Like back and to and fro.
Yeah.
So you know we could do up to like 15 miles on a bike. So it was like boom. You know, that's Two of Cups energy.
Yeah.
You know, husband and wife working out on a bike. You know, auntie and uncle out there. So that's what Two of Cups energy looks like. So basically what I'm saying is, you know, and if you about to go through this, don't fret what you lose. Like sometimes study what you lost. Wise advice. When you lose something, study all the aspects. Why you lose it? What was it really doing to you? What did it mean to you? What could God be showing you by taking it away from you?
I don't know. I can see somebody in like their highest vibration. I see a person in like really in life, and I feel like you are at the happiest moment in life you've ever been in. I feel like you are the freest you have ever been. Like literally, I don't know. You could even be walking around butt naked. I don't know, something like that. You could be feeling very free. You know, even just comfortable in your skin. You know. You could be in a very loving, happy, healthy relationship. You could be single. Whatever it is, you could just be happy. Retreat into nature. I don't know. You could be learning that, you know, your heart is happy when you're outside. You know, we're one with nature, something like that. You could be feeling very happy. Green could be your favorite color. Okay. You could smoke a little green. Okay, you could be very unfazed here in life. I just feel like, you know, somebody's sipping their tea, minding their business. Somebody's just really in a zone, trying to focus on self. Okay, development, growth. Okay, you could be having a lot of epiphanies about life too, like a lot of aha moments. You could be going down memory lane a lot and just putting a lot of things together. I'm seeing connect the dots. Okay, I'm seeing like, you know, a lot of truth and clarity, you know, coming to you. I do. A lot of new ideas. I just see your mind being, you know, coming to, you know, you may not feel like this right now, but I feel like, you know, things are working out to where as though you'll be able to have a clear and focused mind, you know, where your ideas will be able to manifest. Because a lot of us, let's be honest, we can't create new ideas when our mind is chaotic, right? So in order to manifest new ideas, you have to be able to get that mind cleared and you know, be able to see the vision. I feel like that's coming in for a lot of us with and communication. I feel like, I don't know, communication is really helping the collective as well. You know, a lot of us were told to be quiet. A lot of us didn't know. We were never really taught proper communication skills, right? And because we weren't taught proper communication skills, a lot of us hold things in. We harbor things. We, you know, we have underlying issues that we don't want to talk about. And I feel like, you know, we're breaking the code, cracking things open, you know, like the what do you call it, the coconut, and we're getting the milk out, right? We're getting to the middle, the core of things, making decisive decisions, learning how to communicate, you know, learning how to focus, right?
You know, it's crazy because it's definitely important that you mentioned that.
Yeah.
How much we hold in, and like, because I know I found myself going through a lot of unnecessary changes because I wouldn't look at myself. It's like Spirit was trying to show me, look at you and see how much it is that you harbor and how much you hold in,
Repressed
right?
emotions.
Yeah, and like once you start doing that, it humbles you.
It does.
That's when you really begin to heal.
Cause you ever cry? Like, let me tell you, man, I done cried so hard. And, you know, my husband like, what's wrong? I don't even know. Right? Because we're empaths, right? So we feel our own emotions, and we feel the emotions of the world. And we feel, you know, we feel every child that's gone missing. And we feel everyone that has been hurt and all these different kind of ways. And we feel all these different kind of things, right? So, yes.
Big on the missing children.
Yeah, I don't know why Spirit just made me say that, but it came out and I wanted to just let it come out, and I don't regret it. You know, we feel everything.
That was a vision I had when we first started,
Yes.
and since you was on it,
Yeah.
I'm going to say something about it.
And I just see this. I was just looking and I was like, I don't know, the children.
When I went through my first level of ascension, which was when I really began to have strong spiritual encounters with different type of spirits, and my wife was there to witness this, right? It was wild what was going down. But one day we were at the library and I had a vision of all of these kids in this place called I call it the Yamas because it's very much an afterlife place.
Yeah.
And it was just a bunch of children, like souls or spirits of children in this place, right? This was when I was first ascending into my gift, and it used to make me cry. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't want to see that. Literally. Like, it was scary to me at first, but then I realized, like, God is calling me to be, you know, I realized then I began to look at exactly what's happening. You know, I'm from a family full of spirit mediums. This is what is happening to me. Okay, I understand now. But God had to let it come in like that. It was like, and yeah, it's crazy. Like, somebody else, you could be going through that too. You know. But anyway, to shift the energy real quick, right? I want to shift because that's like a dark place. But listen, collective wise, too busy winning and releasing burdens. I like that for you. Too busy winning means that you're not allowing things that's gonna make you lose affect you. Period. And that's just point blank. Maybe you became stronger to them phone calls. Maybe you handle that a little better now. You're not so moved by your phone. You're not so busy worrying about what this one doing, what this one got. You winning. This is what's making you win because you're not worried about other people anymore. That's winning within itself. And releasing burdens is basically you letting go of things that no longer serve you. People, places, things, mindsets, all of that. Arithmetic, math, even old math that don't work no more, you letting go of it, right? Whatever math may be to you, right? Math could be a structural systems of beliefs, right? The way you scientifically perceive things, all of that right now, I feel like you could be releasing a lot of that. And you just allowing yourself to learn. And with the Five of Pentacles being out here, I feel like this could be having you in a place where you isolated. I think it's a process that we go through. And if you're not away from people, you can very much be in the Five of Pentacles in your mind, where you just have where you know how. All right, thank you, Spirit. I'm saying a little deeper. You know how you see things on a spiritual level, but nobody else can see them like you see them, or nobody around you can see them. Maybe you see other people online and you relate to them. Maybe that's why you spend a lot of time online, somebody. But just know, like, it feels like it's a lonely place, but once you get comfortable with being the person that has that, you won't be so in a rush to change everything. Like, for real, what God is showing you through your lens is things that help you and the people in your measure. All of us, we never meant to help the whole world. God give us a measure of people to help. He gonna give you what you need to help your measure. What we do is when we run out our measure, when you're trying to help people that's not in your measure, that's when you squandering what you got. So I feel like just stay focused on helping the people in your measure and realize you're not going to resonate with everybody. Like, it's going to be, in a certain way, it's going to be, it's lonely. When you wake up, it's not a bunch of people. I can just say that, like, once you get woke up to a certain degree, you're not going to resonate with a lot of people. So you just got to really just expect and understand that, like.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy because I see so clearly what's going on over here, right? We got the Two of Swords, we got bad habits in the reverse, and then we got the spiritual law of attraction. You know, people are really trying to kick bad habits, like, seriously. Like, for real. Somebody's, this is something that you could have been trying to really kick for a very long time. You could have started something, stopped something. You could have been doing this your whole life. And it's like right now, whatever you're withholding from, whatever you're trying to avoid, some kind of bad habit. This could be drugs, addictions, toxic people, material, whatever it is that you're trying to stay away from, whatever it is that you're trying to, allow yourself to no longer be bound to. I feel like with the Two of Swords here, you know, the path is going to be unclear, right? You just have to keep going. You just have to stand on the decision that you already made, because you made a decision. You could be gone. You could be anywhere between 5 to 8 days clean from something or something like that. Okay, you could have like literally put something down. I see it so clearly. Okay. Spirit is saying that, you know, if you really want to stay away from these things, you know, be mindful of the company that you keep. Because sometimes things ain't available until you're around the wrong people. The wrong things, the wrong places. Right? I don't know. Something about the path being unclear is very important. And remembering that the spiritual law of attraction, whatever you put out is what you get back. Tenfold, sevenfold, you know, whatever you want to say. But whatever you put out into the world, the universe is what you get back. And I feel like someone could be really like juggling. Okay. You know, I feel like somebody stopped something. You may have stopped doing something. You could be like, is this worth stopping? Is it worth, you know, is it worth it? It is. It is. You know, what you're doing right now, this small step will make great, you know, it will make great differences in your life in the long run. This thing that you're doing is for longevity. It's not something that, you know, this is something that's going to be life changing, whether it's letting go of some kind, I'm really saying a bad habit, you know, something that's bad for us. You know, we got them habits we like, you know, we got them habits, right? But I see somebody, you know, and this ain't judging anything. I'm just saying, you know, because we be having several habits. So I'm saying, you know, I'm saying let's take it one at a time. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. You know, we be having several habits. So I see somebody taking it one thing at a time. And I love this, okay? Keep avoiding, keep withholding. You know, obstacles will come when you're trying to get rid of a bad habit, when you're trying to kick something, you know, to the curb. Obstacles are going to come, but try to do things that, you know, keep you on your path. If you know that every time I go to the hood, I get this, then maybe stay away from the hood, right? Into that habit.
Certain things don't become available till you're around certain people.
Exactly. You know, sometimes certain things are only available around certain people, right?
That's
you know?
real, though.
So, yeah. You know, if you know you're trying to stop drinking and you got that one friend that's always calling you just to go out to the bars, don't answer the phone or let them know, look, I'm tired of drinking. Can we do something else? Okay. Auntie like bingo. You know what I mean? Okay. You could like bingo too. You could have won bingo recently. bingo.
Bingo.
Okay.
The bingo hall.
Or you might win. I don't know. Spiritual law.
I'm saying a bingo hall. Somebody grandmother like to play bingo. Who grandmother like to play bingo? One of y'all grandmothers like to play bingo. Hey, look. You got the drama starter in reverse to act with clarity to the fool. So, first of all, I want to give you your propers because this drama starter is in reverse, meaning that you are not responding to it. You are not allowing now person nor spirit to pull you into any drama. That's first going, which is good. That's what the cards are showing me. The drama starter energy is in reverse. So just know that's mad. That person or spirit is mad because it doesn't have an end. Like, you know, places where you used to fall in the drama act. Well, you're not responding to that no more, but I want you to always keep in mind that that person or spirit that's a drama starter that you formidable against it now is mad at you. That person is mad at you. So you gotta always move and act with clarity, right? So the card says act with clarity. Why? Because you have an adversary on your hand. Like, my wife got a song. It says, you got the demon on the run again. But the thing about putting the demon on the run again is that the demon gonna come back again.
Every time. Every
time it's coming back. So just don't be a person that underestimate your own enemies, or don't be a person that underestimate your own negative tendencies. When you win in the battles in life, be humble. Don't be boastful, right? Be underneath the radar when you win in spiritual battles, right? Because a lot of times, spiritual adversaries, they don't have nothing to go off until you start saying things or doing things, right? So act with clarity, and last but not least, the fool. Stand in your power. It's a must. That's what this fool is about. Standing in your power. Educated risk, calculated risk. The fool know when to take a risk. And you got to remember that. Like, the fool is a risky card, but it's a person like, the fool would be a scientist with a strong hypothesis, right? If anybody know what that means. That's what the fool's energy is. It's like a highly educated risk. Like, it's it's like almost having a foresight about what you're doing when nobody else has it. Me and my wife, I used to speak to my wife about it all the time, about like, babe, we gonna, we moving in a certain direction. And then it was like, look, these things gonna be in this direction. And then it was like, all right, she began to see it and understand it, and that made it more stronger. Like, it's like when you in fool's energy, you can't expect the support of other. Matter of fact, when you in fool's energy, you don't want the support of other certain people, because that means they too far in your business anyway.
Yeah.
Fool's energy is going to get it done, but you got to know how to stand in it. Like, fool's energy not paying attention to what nobody say, they riff-raff for their opinion or none of that. Fool's energy is very risky, but it's very rewarding. It's like that energy that most people won't walk in, period. Right? That's fool's energy. If you ever want to know what the fool's energy is like on the card, that's what it means. Standing in your power, right? Very calculated risk. Almost a foresight and a knowing. And most importantly, I would say faith. And strong fool's energy, you got to have a certain amount of faith, in my opinion, right? I don't know how the authors of the card feel about that, but me, I say faith in the fool's energy, right? So just continue to act with clarity and keep this drama starter out your business. Because this person, whoever they is, they looking for a way in. They want to be in your business like they used to be. They want to be in your world like they used to be. You know why? So they can start drama.
Okay.
It's not because they love you or you love them. A drama starter, they thrive on drama.
Yes.
Even when they want to love, they just can't help but they get to the drama.
Okay.
Spurs say sometimes the drama is your dirty laundry.
Yeah, people will, that's what sells: drama, gossip, those kind of things. Negativity sells. So people will like put you under the bus to sell your dirty laundry.
What?
I seen somebody say, where do people get these dirty drawers that they post online? Because I want to make sure I'm not around people who do these kind of things, right? And I was thinking, people just want to be so close to people to hurt you sometimes, They like to start, confusion and chaos, because that's what gets views and money nowadays, right? So you just have to be careful. And
people be wanting the drama. They want to be the first ones to
yeah,
post
they want
drama.
the first. People will post somebody unalived, before their family can even see them. That's how the world we live in. So drama sells. You know how that goes. But I don't know. We got broke ass teacher and empress, and it's crazy because I like this energy. Not that I like it, but I like talking about this energy. On this channel, we deal with a lot of people that have very, very, very different, awkward, strange, but yet very, very powerful spiritual gifts, right? And a lot of times, the people that, are on this channel don't even understand how much power they have, because, we're not aware of, you know, we're not even able to comprehend how much God has put into us, right? So I feel like a lot of us, you know, we just need to pay attention, right? We don't want to become a broke ass, because if you were, you know, if you were meant to be a teacher, a leader, and you're being codependent on people that, you know, they don't have, they have way less spiritual knowledge than you, that could be a problem. Okay, pay attention to your teacher is what I'm hearing as well. You know, pay attention to the things that you're hearing that are resonating with your spirit, because you know when things hit your spirit, you know when it's real. Right? You ever hear something that hit your spirit, you like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
It hit cut different.
Yeah. Right? So I don't know, pay attention to the teacher is what I'm hearing. Okay? You could be feeling like, you know, block your creativity. You could be feeling like your creativity is blocked, but I feel like it's not blocked, okay? I feel like, you know, you could just be needed to pay attention, okay? To your teacher. I don't know. You know, you could be having one-on-one lessons with the Most High, with the divine, honestly, to be honest with you. You know, you could be feeling like you don't have resources or things you need. You could be feeling broken or whatever. And I'm hearing all you got to do is tap in with the teacher. You know, sometimes we, you know, because sometimes it's time for us to be the teacher, but also the teacher has to learn too, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes when a teacher is in student mode, it can be hard to just be the student, right? But pay attention to the teacher, because God could be sending you people that are really giving you things that are very valuable so that you aren't a broke ass. Okay? Right? You know, because knowledge is power. Right? I don't know. Someone could be feeling insecure about what they know. You know, you could be very aware of what you know. You could have studied something very, you know, you could have studied something. You could be very knowledgeable about a thing. But for some reason, you could be insecure about it. For what? Why? Because you don't look like you know something. Because you don't do it how everybody else does it. Whatever.
I'm picking up on that.
Yeah, too. Like don't neglect a gift because it doesn't come off how the world, you know, says it should. Maybe God wants you to do it different for this particular reason. Whatever it is, pay attention to your body. Okay, you could be going through some changes. You know, I don't know. I just seen, you know, somebody between the age of 35 and, you know, 54, and, you know, nobody really talks about menopause and premenopausal things. You could be going through these kind of changes in life, you know, where, you know, you're like, you feel like you're okay, but, you know, nobody talks about these kind of things, so you just act like you're okay. But, you know, it's okay to talk about these kind of things. You be going through changes physically, mentally, emotionally.
Big on the mental.
Okay. Right? Pay attention to yourself. Don't neglect it. It's okay to change. Change is good, right? But it's, you know, dealing with the things that come up, right? So when you notice things are changing about you, right? Okay, well, what can I do to make sure the change is going in my favor? It's going the best way it can go, or whatever, right? Those kind of things. Purple could be significant. You could be from a very royal, divine bloodline. You could have a positive O blood type or something like that. Is that what it's called?
I think so.
I don't even know. I just heard a positive O or a O something blood type. Okay.
All right. So.
I don't know. I don't even like blood.
You know, before I get into this, I'll say, like, always try the spirit by the spirit. Because sometimes when I deliver a reading, right, you have to know that you're safe with us over here, right? Because we come off real, not to tickle your fancy, but to really pull your coat to what's going on with you, even on a psychological level and a spiritual level, right? This right here says, ego, trust yourself. Now, I'm going to speak to somebody, right? Your ego could be getting in the way. This is telling you to put your ego aside and trust in who you are and move in that. We trust in our ego in a lot of ways, right? And I'm going to just point out a few. When we think that we're incapable of doing a thing, that's our ego. When you think that you're too good enough to do a thing, that's your ego. When you don't really know something, but you pretending like you do know, that's your ego. When you know that you're weak, but you're not willing to admit that you need help and strength, this is your ego, right? Now, it's saying trust yourself. Now, yourself can get it done. Now, why am I saying that? I want you to hear this. The authentic version of yourself, it will attract things to you to assist you that your ego can't attract. You will experience things that you can't experience when you led by your ego, or it's behind your ego. Now, when you moving your ego out the way, even if you're vulnerable or not, if you can move your ego and trust in yourself, that's authentic energy. Whoever you are, you will